Hello everybody, welcome to this video. My name is Lucy, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about giving birth during Covid-19. I'm going to be very specifically talking about how the recent guidelines around lots of the UK hospitals and maternity units are that birth partners are being asked to wait outside of the hospital until their labouring woman is in established labour. So this is all about what established labour is, how you can increase the amount of time spent with your birth partner, and how you can notice the signs of your body becoming closer to established labour and what you can do to help your body dilate. So I hope this is interesting, informative and reassuring for all of you. So first things first, you might be wondering if this does apply to you. So it's really important to say that do check with your midwives about your hospital's guidelines. This is something that might vary across the country depending on the trust and the board, and it's a decision being made by them. But I will just say that if you go to the Royal College of Midwives website, you can read lots of information there. I'm going to read you a couple of lines very quickly that I read that I thought you'd like to know because it's really encouraging. Firstly, they state that having a trusted birth partner present throughout labour is known to make a significant difference to the safety and the well-being of the woman giving birth. They also say that while they concur that the decisions to restrict access to birth partners who are showing signs of coronavirus in order to safeguard the health of the women and the maternity staff, the NHS trusts and boards should still continue to follow the guidance allowing birth partners. So as long as your birth partner isn't ill, showing signs of coronavirus, they are encouraged to still be with you during your birth. Another thing I wanted to say was that because of decisions being made by trusts and boards, there is going to be inconsistency across the country with regards to home births as well. Some hospitals will still be able to offer this service and some will have to temporarily suspend those services as well. So please do speak to your midwives. If you are having an elective C-section, I believe that your birth partner will absolutely be allowed to be with you following this guidance from the Royal College of Midwives, but do check with your midwives because it can vary. So I hope that's helpful and clear to start with. So we're going to touch on lots of different things. I'm going to try and make this as clear and precise as possible so that you all feel, a bit more reassured. So what is established labour? You now know that your birth partner might have to wait outside of the hospital if you're not quite in established labour when you arrive. So what is it? Established labour is when a woman, her cervix has dilated to 3 to 4 centimetres. At this stage, you are known to be in active or established labour. They're both the same thing. And then your birth partner can come and join you on the ward. Okay, so if you're now wondering, okay, how do I get to 3 to 4 centimetres? You're asking the question, what can I do to improve the progress of my labour and dilate? So this is important for everybody to know, whether or not you're having an induction or if you go into spontaneous labour at home, the same things will matter. Your body is going to react to your mental state and to how relaxed and calm you are feeling. And this is known to be a fact. The more safe your body feels to labour, to dilate, to progress in labour, the more it will do it. If your body senses fear, panic or worry about your labour, your body is extremely clever, your primal brain is kicking in labour, and your body will simply slow down the process or maybe even stop it altogether. And this is a protection method from the science of our brains and how the chemicals and hormones work during labour. So if we are scared, we will release adrenaline into the body and your bodies will go into sort of protection mode. If you are calm, relaxed, happy and feeling safe, then your body can labour. And if your body can labour, your cervix will dilate. So let's think about all of the things that we can do at home and on the ward to help this to happen. This comes down to boosting oxytocin levels. Oxytocin is the hormone needed to feel those happy, safe feelings. Oxytocin is flooded in our bodies when we have moments that make our hairs stand on end or give you goosebumps. Okay, it's the beautiful wedding video memories or the holiday photos or the music that you love, the food that you love to eat, the people, your other children. When you get that flood of happy hormone, that is oxytocin. And the more you can do at home or on the ward to increase your oxytocin levels, the quicker you are going to dilate. So have a think now about all the things that you can do. We're going to talk in a minute about what if you're on your own on the ward, that's going to make you feel perhaps a bit scared. So we're going to do that talk in a minute, okay? So let's think about all of our senses and how we can meet those needs, because when we're in labour, all of our senses become really heightened, and lighting can suddenly become hugely powerful in how relaxed and calm you feel. So lowering the lighting, using candles and using fairy lights on a ward are all going to really help you. Okay, maybe even using an eye mask on a ward to lower the lighting. Music is so powerful. Choosing music that makes you feel great, maybe it's sentimental pieces of music or live pieces or classical pieces that make you go, oh, that feeling. You all have that. You all know that feeling. Listen to those pieces of music during your labour, okay? It will help you. Thinking about the smells, oils and smells. Smells are so important. You might feel that suddenly a certain scent makes you feel so calm and relaxed, and if that happens, your body can dilate. So I recommend diffusing oils at home or putting oils on a flannel in the ward to be able to give you a feeling of calm and relaxation. So another thing that is so important to remember here is breathing exercises, and I truly believe that breathing and movement together are the key to having a really calm experience. If you can breathe deeply and learn breathing techniques for birth, do your research and practice them at home, your body can stay calm. And if your body can stay calm, your body can release oxytocin. If your body can release oxytocin, your body will labour and dilate. Okay, it all comes back to that calm, lovely state. Breathing exercises are imperative for keeping you calm. Movement. Using gravity to encourage your baby's head to come deeper into your pelvis, to get into a much better position for birth. This is going to give your body the signs that labour is happening and safe and everything is right. Your baby will bury deeper, they will twist and turn into your pelvis, putting pressure downwards, helping your cervix to dilate. Okay? So all of those things, all of them are going to help you. Your mental state will help you to dilate. Other practical things such as emptying your bladder frequently might help, and standing up, moving, walking, doing some yoga, exercise, gentle exercise will really help as well. So if they are all the things that you can do to help you to dilate, then how will you know when you are in established labour? How will you know? So there's no possible way of knowing exactly how dilated you are without an examination. But there are some really, really good telltale signs that you are in or getting into established labour. There will be a real change in your behaviour and your temperament as labour progresses. You will start to respond differently. You will start to move, breathe, speak probably a little differently as labour progresses. Now this is because, let's say we're in early labour. Early labour, you will probably be able to talk through your contractions, you'll probably be able to walk around the house and it feels exciting and you're talking to your partner and maybe you call your friend. But established labour, it shifts, okay? And suddenly you need to tune inward. You need to really focus on your contractions. You need to maybe move lower to the ground. And suddenly talking on the phone isn't as inviting to you anymore. It's not so easy to respond to questions and conversation and chat, but actually you need to focus. This is a really great sign because it's your primal brain kicking in and taking all your energy and your focus to concentrate on the task at hand, which is to labour. So something for you and your birth partner to look out for are changes in your behaviour, changes in your temperament, even so much as being able to walk around the house during a contraction to suddenly feeling the real need to get down to the ground and kind of rock and sway and move. It becomes very animalistic, very primal. Some women go completely silent. Some women want the lights all off. These are great ways to know that labour is really happening. And then you can make a decision as to whether or not you feel you want to go to hospital. Now, with that in mind, If you feel at any point during your labour and at home, or your spontaneous labour, that you want to go to hospital, please do go to hospital. Don't force yourself to do something that you don't feel comfortable with, because again, that will send your brain signals that you're not feeling comfortable. If you want the reassurance of going to hospital, then do it. You must listen to yourself, and this couldn't be more important than ever now. Listening to your own self is really important. And if you get to hospital and you are told that actually you're still in early labour, you will be given the option to go home or to stay on the ward if you're most comfortable. And this will be something that you can decide. Maybe it's a good idea to go to hospital knowing that you might well have to come home again, or might well choose to come home again. And the option of that will just simply be because it's more comfortable at home, it's cosier at home. So if you want to spend more time with your birth partner, spend more time at home, okay? But if you don't feel sure and you just want that reassurance, you want to know how dilated you are, then go to hospital. If you get to hospital and you are still 1 to 2 centimetres dilated, they are going to ask your birth partner, probably, depending on your hospital, to wait outside, okay? Now, what if you are on the hospital ward without your birth partner now? So let's now talk about all the ways that you can still help yourself at hospital. So maybe you've had an induction and your birth partner has been asked to wait outside until you're in established labour, or maybe you've got to hospital and again your birth partner's been asked to wait outside. Everything we've just spoken about making your home environment and making yourself feel safe and happy and flooding yourself with oxytocin, you need to do that on the ward, and you can do that. Yeah, we're going to talk about the things that you can take with you and you can do. So, your birth partner's outside and you're inside. Get on FaceTime. Use your headphones, take a charger, use FaceTime or any other app that allows you to see your partner, and use that time to still speak to them. You can also use this to speak to other people that you might really want some reassurance from, maybe a parent or a sibling or a friend who makes you feel calm and reassured. Speak to them on your devices, because this will still help you, and midwives want you to feel reassured. Other things that you can do are think about recording some messages in advance, pre-recording affirmations, or looking at videos that are on your phone of moments that make you feel safe and happy and good. These are all great visuals for you during labour on the ward. Other things that I'd love you to think about, I've got my little toolbox here, are lighting. You can take LED candles or fairy lights and set them up around the ward. Take an eye mask with you if you want to block out all the lights and maybe, to really be able to tune inward. Take headphones to listen to music. Get the music on your phone and know where your playlist is, and fill it with songs that you absolutely love. Maybe they're wedding songs or holiday songs or your kids' favourite songs, or something that you've always loved. A piece of music that makes you feel amazing. Put that on your device and listen to music during labour as well. Photographs can be wonderful as well. Wedding photos, photos of your other children, and oils. As I said about diffusing oils at home. Put oils on a flannel and smell them during your labour at hospital. All of those things are going to help you to dilate on the ward as well, okay? And as soon as you are 3 to 4 centimetres, your birth partner would be able to join you. Okay, so I hope that that's all offered you some important and interesting information. I want to say a couple of other things now, and I hope that you'll have a think about these things. I'd love you to consider thinking about a backup birth partner. Now, if your birth partner becomes unwell and you go into labour, they won't be allowed at your birth at all. So it's really great to start thinking about other people that you can speak to now about maybe being your birth partner during your labour and your birth. So that could be someone, anybody who makes you feel safe and reassured, someone that you really trust. And it's a practical decision that you can make now that might make you feel a little bit more in control, so that if labour did kick off while your partner was unwell, then you've got someone that you can call, okay? Now, a couple of things to think about with expectations, how you can manage your expectations. When you turn up at your maternity hospital or ward, you should expect your midwives to be wearing protective equipment and gear. This, of course, is going to look clinical and medical, but it's there for a really good reason, and that is to protect you, your baby, and to protect everybody else as well. So I was in a live Zoom meeting with my local hospital last week just to hear their updates, and one of the midwives really kindly said that she would love every woman to remember that midwives are always smiling beneath their masks. They want you to feel reassured, they want you to feel supported and to have a positive birth experience. So although you might not be able to see it, they are on your side, okay, and they have got your back. But if you can prepare yourself now, that you might see lots of people wearing protective equipment, it will be less of a shock when you arrive at the hospital. Your ward will also look clinical, especially if you've arrived to be examined on that specific ward before you've moved to maybe a birthing centre or birthing suite. So this is why you need all your goodies to make your ward as cosy as possible. Take a cushion or a pillow with you, take a blanket, things that make you feel cosy. Now, postnatally, once you've had your baby in those first couple of hours, your birth partner could be asked to leave the hospital until you're ready to go home. And again, please do check this with your midwives. So you will have a little bit of time with your partner, so I really urge you to think about how you can both have some skin to skin with your baby before your birth partner has to leave. When you've given birth, I really hope you'll get the opportunity to have a golden hour, some beautiful skin to skin with your baby. But it could also be really nice for your partner to have that skin to skin before they have to leave, just to feel that bond connection before they go home. And when they go home, they can get some good rest so that they can support you when you get home. Now, the priority once you've had your baby is going to be your recovery after your birth, depending on how your birth went. Maybe it was an abdominal birth, maybe you've had some stitches. They want to ensure that you are recovered. And also, if you've chosen to breastfeed, then midwives will really want to help you establish that breastfeeding before you go home, so that when you get home, you are comfortable with feeding. These are going to be the priorities, and once you've all had your checks, I'm sure that your midwives will get you home as soon as they can. They want you to be home and starting your lives as a family there, okay? Now, doulas, some people have asked whether doulas will be able to be assisting you still and supporting you during your birth. This is something that you'll definitely have to check with your midwives again. Some doulas and some hospitals will be allowed, some might be asked to wait outside completely. This is something you'll need to talk to your midwives about. Now, that is all the information I wanted to share with you, and I know it's a lot, but if I could round it up very, very quickly. What is established labour? It's when your body is dilating and your cervix is about 4 centimetres, 3 to 4 centimetres dilated, then you are in established labour. How can you tell that you are probably nearing established labour? Your behaviour and your temperament will change. Your patience will change. Your breathing will start to get deeper and more conscious, and you will feel an internal shift. And it's more important now than ever to begin tuning into yourself. And what are the things that you can do to encourage your body to dilate? All the things that make you feel great, as well as breathing and movement. All the things that make you feel great are there to produce and flood your body with oxytocin. Set your atmosphere at home. Make it a beautiful, cosy, dimly lit, nice smelling nest. Do all the things, speak to the people, look at the things that make you feel calm and relaxed. And I think also now it's more important than ever that you educate yourself on birth. Do courses and classes, speak to people, keep watching videos, and really learn about the anatomy, the physiology, and the science of birth. As long as you are flooded with that safety, that feeling of being calm and loved, your body will do what it needs to do. So I really hope this has been helpful. If you've got any comments or feedback, do pop them in the box below and I'll do my best to get back to everybody. Otherwise, you can follow me over on Instagram, Lucy Flow Yoga, or on Facebook, Lucy Flow, and I will be talking to you all about movement and yoga, anatomy, physiology, and of course, childbirth during coronavirus. I really hope that you all are well and this video has helped you, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!